Welcome to the Throttle Clips channel, guys. Today I'm going to take some time and explain where I've been for the past few months. Any of you guys that watch our channel have noticed that I haven't been in the videos nearly as much or at all at times, and oftentimes just bebopping around in the background or putting in my 2 cents. There's a good reason for all that, and I'm going to go into detail today and essentially let the cat out of the bag with where I've been and why my absence has been pretty lengthy. We have noticed in the comment section that a lot of you guys have been making assumptions as to where I've been and what's happened. Mickey's been fired, Mickey and Evan don't get along anymore. Many different reasons why you guys are assuming I'm no longer here. Like I'm leaving the channel or I'm not happy. But all of that stuff couldn't be further from the truth, guys. I wasn't fired, I wasn't laid off. Evan and I are as tight as we've ever been. The camaraderie here in the shop is great. I love being here every day. I don't ever wake up in the morning and not want to come here. I'm excited to be here. And I don't plan on going anywhere for a long time, guys. I love this place. I love doing what I do. And I love bringing you guys cool car build content. So to kick it off, it's been a rough few months for me. Back in February, I was diagnosed with stage 2 throat cancer, which was a huge surprise for me. I was a distance athlete at the D1 level in college. I was a runner, so therefore I never smoked. Wasn't a big alcohol drinker. I enjoy a beer like the next guy, but I wouldn't say I was ever at risk of being an alcoholic or anything like that. Really nothing that would put me in harm's way of developing throat cancer that I was aware of. So as you can see, I was caught off guard quite a bit. I noticed I was having trouble breathing a little bit. I started snoring when I slept at night, and oftentimes I felt like I had food caught in my throat when I hadn't been eating. So those things were quite alarming to me, and it prompted me to go see an ear, nose, and throat specialist on a whim that maybe this was something that was scary and I didn't want to put off. Thankfully, I did go early. The doctor put a scope or a camera down my nose and down the back of my throat, where they found a very large tumor growing off the side of my tonsils. Now, if you've ever had a CT scan before, or any scan of that nature, you know that typically it takes a month or two to get in for an appointment. Well, in this case, I was in for an appointment the following day. To me, that meant that this was pretty serious, and the doctor that saw me thought that it was serious enough to rush me in to get a scan done. And I'm glad he did, because what they found was cancer, and honestly is pretty damn scary. That day changed my life forever, and the way I look at how I live my life and how I treat the people around me. It changed a lot of things. And the good news was I had a team around me of oncologists and radiation oncologists that were very bright and smart. They looked at me, I'm 47 years old. They didn't want to do the typical cancer treatment, which would be radiation and chemotherapy to try to kill the cancer cells. And the reason for that is because I am 47, a lot of times when they do radiation and chemo of that nature, a patient will have a reoccurring cancer episode 20 to 30 years later. At 47, that would make me 67 or 77 years old, and hopefully I go on to live a long life. And I don't want to deal with cancer at that age. So the oncology radiologist actually referred me to a surgeon that could do a surgery inside my throat that would remove the affected tissue that had cancer, including the tumor and including my left side tonsils. Now, I had to be approved for this surgery. That took a little bit of time. The oncologists in the San Diego area met about my case and found me to be a perfect candidate for this surgery. Now, you're probably wondering, what does that entail, or what does that look like? And it's the same questions I had and the same questions I asked at the time. So to be fully transparent with you guys, Some of you have probably noticed this big scar on the side of my neck here, and that's part of the surgery that I had back in June to remove the cancer from my body if possible. And so they went in, they opened up my neck, they removed about 15 or 17 lymph nodes from my neck, and they tied off 3 arteries in my neck to keep the bleeding to a minimum inside my mouth, where they inserted a robotic laser that was operated by a surgeon in the room up on a TV screen where he's watching a camera. They removed a lot of the back of my tongue. They removed a lot of tissue in my throat and neck area, and they removed the tumor and my left side tonsil all at the same time. It was a big surgery, and even here 9 weeks later, I'm still healing inside. So I'm still having a little bit of trouble eating solid foods, which is probably why you notice I look a little thinner than I was previously. I've lost 20 pounds, and did I need to lose 20 pounds? No, not really. Will I put that weight back on? Probably. But it's been a long waiting game here for me. After the surgery 9 weeks ago, I just recently found out 2 weeks ago that I'm cancer-free. And that's why I'm sitting here today giving you guys this message, because I'll be honest, it was a challenge for me how to message our audience what's been going on with me, especially being that I'm a pretty private person. The last thing I want is people worrying about me or feeling sorry for me. That's never been my thing. I don't want that. I've never wanted that. And it's why I handled this the way I did. I kept it to myself. The people that needed to know inside this building and within our company were aware of what was going on. And very close family. That's it. Those are the only people that knew, and my doctors, obviously, but those are the only people I really told. And I feel like, I didn't owe anybody an explanation. I just wanted to get through this. The minute I found out I had cancer, I let it sink in, and I decided I was going to fight this thing, and I was going to beat it. I beat it before it even knew that I knew I had it. And in my head, that was the message I had for myself going into all this, was that I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm not going to let this take me out. I still have a lot of work to do here, and I want to finish it, and I'm not going to let cancer take me down. So fast forward, I no longer have cancer, but in the meantime, on June 4th, I actually amputated my thumb in a machine here at the shop. It was a long day. We were getting ready to close up shop, and it was one last thing I was doing, making a part for the 300ZX, and my thumb got pulled into a machine. I know the machine quite well. I've been working on it for 20 plus years. When it stopped the way it stopped, I knew what happened. Thankfully, Ricky was very close. He was only about 10 feet away to my side. I was able to extract my hand from the machine. Ricky reacted very quickly with a clean rag and electrical tape. We wrapped it up as tight as we could. I literally only lost 1 drop of blood in the process of losing my thumb. I basically lost, so you can understand, from my knuckle up was basically, they call it degloving in the emergency room. It basically removed everything except for the bone. Pretty tragic incident, very shocking for me. I've been building cars for as long as I can remember. I've never had an incident such as this, other than some light grazing of a sand disc or a blade, where I walked away basically unscathed, just popped a Band-Aid on it and sent it home. This particular instance, I was rushed to the hospital. The EMTs were here within 3 minutes of the 911 call, and I was in the ER having the top of my thumb essentially sewn back on temporarily until I could get in for plastic surgery to have it looked at and repaired properly. Fast forward to the following week, Monday, June 10th, I went in, and Dr. Rob Kerr here in San Diego actually repaired my thumb for me, and he's done a fantastic job. As you guys can see, I've got basically full range of motion. I can pick things up. The only thing I'm missing is still a little bit of sensation up here at the tip where I lost the thumb completely. But it is coming back, and I think you know, over the course of time, I'll get the majority of the use of my thumb back. So that happened. Surgery was on a Monday the 10th, on the 14th. So Monday, then on Thursday, I went in for cancer surgery. So 2 major surgeries in a week, under anesthesia for both, 10 hours combined surgery time in a week, set me up for a pretty long recovery. So you can imagine coming out of cancer surgery, that was a roller coaster in and of itself, but on top of that, I've got this thing wrapped up in a big bandage and worrying about how I'm gonna heal and how I'm gonna get back to work and get back to the shop to help the guys build cars, because that's what I love to do. And so the last 9 weeks I've been recovering, and I've been here most of the time. I didn't take much time off work. The company that I work for has been fantastic in all this, super understanding, and have stood beside me the whole step of the way, which has been refreshing. I can say the same for all the guys here. Obviously, we're a family inside this building, and everyone has had my back 100%. So, the comments you read on YouTube, there's no truth to any of that stuff. That's just people making assumptions, and bad ones at that. So that's my story. And to add on top of that, I have been back for a few weeks working in the capacities that I can. I have started a special project that's going on in the background. A lot of it's been done in this room right here, so it's not on camera on our main channel. So that's sort of the third reason why I haven't been on camera as much on main channel during our one-car transformations. Ricky and Quinn have been managing those. And I have been over on this side of the shop managing a bigger project that you guys will see very soon on the Throttle main channel. So if you don't already subscribe to main channel, we've got a big one coming your way. This is something that's been planned for over a year, and we are finally cranking away on it. And we've got a lot of work done already filmed and in the can for you guys to start watching here in the next week or so, which is really exciting. It's a chassis that's very near and dear to my heart. And I think you'll see that a lot of my passion is going to come out in this build, as well as Ricky and Quinn's, because we're all pretty excited about this one. And it has a lot of 2025 implications for our brand and the direction we're going. So I hope you guys are as excited to hear about that as I am. And to circle back, I just want to mention that this video was produced so that if it can help one person get through an illness or cancer or something serious, that's the message we want to send. At the end of all this, like, if something's wrong with you, if you're not feeling right, something doesn't feel the same as it did yesterday or a week ago or a month ago, go get it looked at, guys. Men are very stubborn. I'll be the first to admit I'm about as stubborn as they come. And it takes a man to go in and get checked out when something's not right. So go do it. It saved my life. Had I waited a few more months, I probably wouldn't be cancer-free at the moment. I'd probably be going through radiation and chemotherapy, and there's a lot of other things that go along with that that are just not good for the human body. If you're not feeling right, go get it checked out, guys. Don't wait. It's not worth it. I'm sitting here cancer-free today and willing to live the life that I want to live because I went and got looked at. So please take this message seriously. I appreciate you guys watching here till the end. I know this is a bit of a lengthy video of me just talking, but you know, we all inside this building felt that the message was important to tell, the story was important to tell, and that again, if we just affect one person's life, we've done the right thing. So thank you guys so much for listening to me today. I appreciate it. If you don't already subscribe to the Throttle Clips channel, do so. You're gonna get a lot of behind the scenes footage of what we do here on the daily, and special video events that we put up will be on Clips. And also, if you don't already subscribe to the Throttle channel, do so. We've got a massive project coming your way that's going to debut on the channel in just a week's time. So turn on those notifications. Don't miss a minute. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next video.